Hello, 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 everyone out there. So excited. I'm gonna wait a second. It's been a while since I've done a live. I used to do the lives on TikTok quite often, but maybe I'll bring them back. We'll see. We will see, but I do want to put it out there. Ooh. I do want to put it out there that I do intend to do more. I'm kind of excited to explore the possibility of doing more. And yeah, see where it goes, see what happens. But the purpose of this live is to do like an info session and a Q&A session on spirit babies. And so that's what I'm gonna do here. So I guess the question that kind of sparked it is like how do you connect to your spirit babies? How do you know if you have spirit babies to connect to? What are spirit babies, and how do you start that relationship? And so short answers on all of those things is spirit babies may be called angel babies, are babies that either haven't come into the physical 3D reality yet, or they're babies that came and maybe we lost because of miscarriage or stillborn, or it's an early infant loss. So there are spirit babies that come in just for a brief time, and then they leave and they're still around, hanging out with us, maybe waiting to be next in line to come in. Those are possible. And yeah, it's just something cool to think about, especially if you subscribe to the idea or the possibility of reincarnation in any way, whatever belief system that you have. Yeah, it's fun to think about, and it's fun to not know things, and it's fun to explore them with your intuition. And spirit babies is also connected to the idea of soul family and soul tribe. So my perception of this, and I welcome others, and I welcome other definitions. So this is a great discussion topic. A soul family is not necessarily the family that you were born into, but it's the family that you associate with on this on the spiritual side, on the spirit realm side. So if you are really in touch and really in tune with your spiritual essence, and you really resonate with someone else who really is in touch with their spiritual essence in some way, shape, or form, then the two of you can match up in whatever way that happens and recognize each other as soul family, soul sister, soul brother, soul tribe, you know, soul family. And then tribe is kind of like extended family. We're keeping it all in the family here. And soul tribe is like the extended family, and we all have our different roles to play here. And so it's all about fulfilling our area of that role. Yeah, and it's really about learning what's going on with everything, and really about tapping in to who we are in the moment, and then extending beyond that into the spiritual realm and into beyond the physical and into the spiritual realm. So when we're connecting soul tribe, soul families to ourselves in 3D physical reality, and then our spirit babies or angel babies, that is where it becomes something like the next level of that would be doing just what the relationship is there. So I've done past life regressions on soul families that are where the two sisters were and a daughter. Before I've the possibilities are endless, as you can imagine, but yeah, it's interesting to be able to compare the lessons in your past life and then see where they come in and how they manifest in this life. And as you can imagine, there is almost an infinite number of ways we can connect to our soul journeys and connect to our soul lessons, whether that's through tarot or oracle cards or other divination methods like runes, astrology, and other spiritual practices like shamanic journeying or journaling, meditation, yoga, somatic experiences, dance. All of these things, all of these healing modalities are ways that we can express and receive these messages from our spirit babies and from our past lives, and how we can integrate them into the current present reality and co-create the new earth that we are dreaming about. I know. Okay. So hopefully, I don't know how this all works, but hopefully that was saved, because that was multi-dimensional gold right there. That is like, I need to remember that. I probably won't, because I'm totally channeling right now, but my dragon is moving around. I have a beauty, and her name is Chamomile. You might have seen her on my videos. Check out my videos. But yeah, she's moving around. Quick break for personal life update. We got moved into our new room in the house that I live in with multiple people. So we got moved in. We painted art. The walls beautiful. This lavender color that my partner made, and he's wonderful. And yeah, we are moved in. My grandma died earlier this week, and it's one of those where it's like so special. And like 10 minutes before doing this live, I received a vision, and it was from the poem that I quoted when I did the video about my grandmother dying. And the poem is, "Grandmother held me when mom was a baby, when I was just an egg." And I got a picture excuse me, of me as an egg inside my mother, and my grandmother holding me, like, you hold a baby one-handed. And then she, as a daughter, was being held one-handed by another woman. And it was this beautiful, maybe I'll make a visual representation of it, because it was this beautiful spiral. It was just the one arm being held by the same one arm, and it was the the arm continued, like her mother, her grandmother, great grandmother, and then it continued in this spiral of babies, mothers, daughters being held by the ancestors and the matrilineal way of living. And it's the natural spiral of life. And that was so wonderful. So she died. And we've got a lot of drama, like 3D physical drama going on at the house right now. And I know I am accepting radical responsibility for being a part of it, and also accepting radical responsibility for helping to solve the problem. So we are moving forward. That's not all the drama either, but all the things happen at once, right? And we are here for a reason, and so we are moving forward. I wonder if you guys can hear that, but I'm getting distracted by whatever she's doing. Whatever. Okay, focus. Spirit babies. Let's talk about spirit babies. So, you've decided that you want to get in touch with your spirit baby. You've decided that you're curious, you're wondering if you have spirit babies out there. Maybe you're a soon-to-be mom and you are pregnant and you know that you can, or you're wondering if you can have some sort of communication. You've had some dreams maybe, or just some curiosities about, like, what is this past life thing? Who are you? Why are you here? Who are you coming in? What's your name? These sorts of things are totally and completely normal, especially if you haven't necessarily dipped your toe into this world yet. Hello, welcome, we're normal. Maybe not, okay, but then what is the perception of weird versus normal, and who puts that perception in there? Something to think about. Okay, anyway, this is so super important to recognize and honor those feelings that you're having, whatever it is that they are, because they are telling you something. This is important. Your feelings are the key to your path to healing, and that is your unique path. So if you're feeling curiosity around your spirit baby and you're having a little fun with it, what does it feel like in your body? How can you move with it? How can you play with it physically in your body? And what is it doing to the energy that you're feeling? Let me take a water break. If you are feeling nervous or excited or maybe even a little scared, all of that is normal too. So what are you feeling and what are you doing about it? Where does it feel in your body? How can you move it? What do you want to feel, and how can you feel both of those energies instead? That's another topic we could probably talk about eventually, but not in this one. Talking about womb magic, creatrix energy, and how to integrate into alchemy as a divine feminine. But, okay. The biggest thing when it comes to connecting with your spirit babies is your intention. What is the intention? What is the goal? And how do you move beyond that? So when we're looking to connect with your spirit or angel babies and to call them into you, or to call them near you, or to recognize them in any way, what is the goal with bridging that gap. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to connect with them? That's maybe a great initial journaling question, or a question to ask yourself in meditation. And that'll open the door in the veil to start them allowing themselves to come closer to you and to show you more signs. And this is something that I talk about in my course, in my mentorship program, is signs and symbols. What signs and symbols are important to you, and maybe you never know why, or maybe like me, my grandmother had sunflowers all over her kitchen when I was growing up. So to me, sunflowers mean my grandmother. To my friend, it means her dad. My grandmother just died at 87. Her dad committed suicide when she was in high school. Totally different situations, totally different people. Both ways. I'm totally different than she is, and she's totally different than me. So yes. And so when we're looking at going through the course or the program, talking about your personal signs and symbols and creating that your own guidebook for yourself, like sunflowers equal grandma, or butterflies equal this, colors equal that. That's something important to do. And then you'll begin to recognize more of those signs and symbols that you celebrate and you notice. It's called in I think it's in science it's called the reticular activating system, the RAS. And so the more you notice it, the more you notice it. When it's important to you, you'll notice it more. And then that brings to mind something like that one of my coaches used to say, the things we love, we take care of. So something to keep in mind. So when we're talking about the spirit babies and what's going on with them, and you trying to make that connection with them, setting an intention, like I said, is super important. You can set an intention before you go to bed, and then maybe you'll have a dream about them. And then you can also set the intention to sit down for 20 minutes and meditate, and then receive messages from them. There's so many ways to start this conversation, and you can have full-on conversations with them. It is possible. So how do we do that? We start with the intention. Then there are multiple tools that I talk about in my program and in my mentorship. This is going to be super important to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You've probably heard that before. Tarot is a big way that I connect, and I teach others to connect. If you don't know tarot, that is perfectly fine. I have a whole course for it. It's called Tarot and Your Hero's Journey. It is your hero's journey because the Fool card in tarot is the hero in the story, and you are the hero in your story. And everybody else is the hero in their story. So when you're connecting through the veil to your spirit baby, you're connecting also as well to their part in your hero's journey, to their part in their hero's journey. And where are you? How can you meet in the middle? And how can you use the symbols and signs and storyline in tarot to communicate through the veil. Okay. I feel like I've been talking for forever, but that is a quick rundown of Spirit Baby 101. How do we connect? How do we start that conversation? If you guys are interested in starting a conversation about how to get into the mentorship, how to get the tools that you need to start that conversation and to build your trust in your own intuition and your own confidence when reading those signs and symbols, you don't need me to do the readings for you. Trust me. I would know. I'd rather teach you how to fish than to be dependent on someone to tell you about all the things, because this is the problem in society. Women outsource their authority, especially when it comes to raising the next generation. Big problem. We go to the doctor when we are indoctrinated, born in captivity. I could go on about this. Anyway, we are indoctrinated with needing to go to the doctors, needing to for someone else to tell us what's wrong with us what's right with our bodies, us to say, your baby's fine, your fluid looks a little too low, we need to schedule your induction without any informed consent, what have you. This is a problem. We need to educate ourselves on our own body, our own intuition, our own confidence. And that can start preconception with building a relationship where we can talk to the baby that isn't in the physical 3D reality yet. And then sometimes when the outside world says, you need to do this, you can just be like, no, I got this. I'm good. Thanks. How transformative would that be if we were sovereign in our own authority when it came to conceiving and birthing and raising and loving our children? No one loves our children more than we do as women and mothers. No one. We have the ability to do this, and it starts with intention. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you're interested in starting a conversation about what's going on in the program. I know this was super bare bones and also very deep and rabbit holey at the same time. Sometimes I get a little like that. So I'll be doing these more. And then hopefully, like I said, I'll be able to upload this because that will be so much fun. I need to get some of the phrasing from this video, or maybe I'll just chop it up and send it out there. We will see what happens when I press stop. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you're interested in starting a conversation. Let's set the intention. Okay. I love you. Hasta